Morning! I couldn't not. So me and Joe today are on a farm tour with the HDB to learn, expand our minds. And I just had to show you that. That's it. I actually stopped the car and got out for that because, yeah. Yorkshire in all its glory, that is stunning. You can see for miles. Oh, Yorkshire is very picturesque. I think me and Joe have just made it after several false starts of going in wrong gateways. And we're letting this lovely man go first. So if he's in the wrong place, he gets in trouble and we don't. Guarantee Joe's car will not be liking this lane. He's brushing. He's touching it. I've really hit it golden here because Joe's behind me shutting the gates and this lovely man here is opening them and I'm just sat in the car. Absolutely superb. I love it. I've just positioned myself well. Come on, gate bitch.
You're getting away with everything.
I just said that. We are in prime mule country here. We have a few mules and it is a Teeswater top onto either something like a rough fell or a Swaledale or a Scotch blackface, that kind of thing. This would be, I'm thinking Swaledale, obviously Yorkshire, so it would be a north of England mule. A mixture between hardy, well done by, the mums are milky, they're quite good mothers, that kind of thing. We are going to go on a farm tour today with the HDB and the exports team with a load of people from different countries. So I'll just introduce it now in case I don't get a chance later because I don't want to seem really rude to people. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. Delegates from HDB's export people are here.
Yeah, they're all here.
Ready for a party. Almightily jealous of the sheep handling here. So these guys here send their wool to British Wool and we are a little bit different. We send ours to make compost. So what they do is when they are shearing, these wool bags are put into a frame and the fleeces are wrapped and rolled and put into the wool bag. We do get a similar price for it, to be honest. There's not a right lot of difference.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and
So I'm finding it really interesting speaking to people, obviously from different countries. And one of the guys has just asked me, are they all penned together for us to look at? And I said, no, they're just in a field. And he's like, well, why are they here? And I'm like, because cows are nosy, and they're naturally inquisitive and they will just come over. I said, if you go to a fence and you stand there and you're something different in a field, a cow will come over and will start wanting to know what you're doing. That's what they're like. And you just presume in your life that people know what you know, and they don't. And it's nice to be able to talk about something that you actually have experience in and that you're confident in talking about. So it's quite it's a nice feeling. This is the coolest forward control gumbos ever. And totally nothing to do with cows or sheep. Well, all of this folds down and makes it like a flatbed.
Well, no, it's just store kitting. You know, when you...
Tell me about it.
It's
1975 forward control.
It was used obviously in the British Army. We still need to find out which regiment used it. But I actually used to drive these when I was in the forces.
Never.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Nostalgia.
And I once drove one of these from Otterburn down to Lark Hill.
Go on, I bet your ass was numb.
I'm still on that journey.
it'll
Anyone interested in a small renovation project? Nothing too major. Just a bit of re-roofing, tiny bit of rendering, you know. Like a stunning house. It's got an amazing view. Joe Seals travelling in style here. Just videoing each other, videoing things. Look at this. Wow. That's drone goals, that is.
These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and jaw, I don't know much, but there's no weight at all. And I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. 'Cause if I say I miss you, I know that you won't.
This is organisation, like lined up wheelbarrows. Oh, it's like a Pinterest dream in here. It's lovely. Joe, you're in the way of my video.
Sorry, I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. Need to hear you say you've been waiting all night. There's orange dancing in your eyes from both
Peaches. If I do what he does that make me a professional?
Take me back to us dancing this wood used to.
What you do is you pocket a bit and then you plant it at your own house. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home.
I'm getting left behind because I'm making TikToks.
To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'll poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you're never coming home. If you leave today, I'll just stare at you.
Aviation updates. Very quietly.
The orange touches all things around. Grass, trees, and dew. How I just hate you. Please turn those headlights around. Please turn those headlights around.
We're breaking into the fruit cages. Look at these. This is incredible.
Yeah, don't get the so that. Let's see if there's any that are right.
Me and Joe are sneaking off to look at the valley garden.
Oh, it's nice here.
We're doing videoing.
How do we get invited to places like this?
I don't know.
Thank you very much, everyone who watches. That's all I can say.
Merch.
Thank you very much. I'm in the merch. Everybody else is in shirts. I'm in my work boots. Everybody else is in very fancy shoes.
I have all the gear, I just don't have any idea.
The suck goes down to the fish as a dairy cow, so it's but it suits us for what we're.
So me and Joe were talking for too long.
Yeah. And
We got left.
in the garden.
We should be on the bus, but we're in the gator again.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby. These things eat at your bones and drive your young mind crazy. But when you place your head between my collar and jaw,
Never mind. Oh, look. Oh, it's even, oh, look, it's even got an actual seat. You don't get them very often. We didn't have a seat. Joe, we're going yam. We're sick of being professional. We're going to go back to basics. On your phone. Always on my phone. Joe's got a problem.
Well, that's stuck on my finger.
You are.
No, I'm not Joe.
Joe, don't fiddle with it. Oh no.
You got any scissors?
Right, come on, let's walk away.
How are we going to drive home now?
Had a breakout. Here. It is night time. I am back in proper farming attire. I've taken my jacket off. I had a really good day. And I don't mean like I had a really good day. I mean, I had a really good day. It was exciting to be able to talk to people who were interested in your subject, about your subject. It was exciting to be able to explain what a mule was. It's exciting to be able to explain why that lamb is such a good fat lamb for the table. It was something that, yeah, it really worked. I was really pleased to be able to contribute something, which is nice for me because half my life I've not actually been able to do that. Can the cows escape? What are you doing? Are you happy? The UK's most comfortable cow. Are you happy there? Back at the farm this morning. Put socks on. Yesterday, so everything's gonna need a muck out. A TB test on Friday because they are ready to go. Guys here are about 14 months old. That's the difference. And these are about 22 months old. Difference in the quality of the actual carcass of the animal. And we'll go on to another farm, something like Joe Seals, to finish off for 90 days. Because we are not farm assured because we sell all our cows stores. The only thing that affects us on is like cull cows, calf cows. Showing you the difference in the backs in them. Really superb day yesterday. I can't tell you how interesting it was. Mount St. John's it was called, and it's an estate with a farm on it, beef and sheep. They run Angus's for Waitrose, and they also have mules upon, and they sell those straight to Dumbia like we do, straight to kill. Like they're definitely ready to go, they're huge. The visit was for me and Joe to learn a little bit about exports with the AHDB and what they do and how they facilitate things like that and how they put countries together. Going on, really noisy. Hi guys. Hi Ran. Obviously it's a bigger state, they need to drive efficiencies a lot more than I do, and they've obviously spent a long time perfecting their way of farming, which is nice to take something from that. So they were going down the lines of the tubs that they use, this tubs, and they reckon that is they're getting the genetic traits to finish faster on grass. And I just think, is it worth looking for something like that? I don't know. The whole place was stunning. I can't even tell you how beautiful it was. It was clean, tidy, the animals were well kept. The scenery was stunning, the house was stunning. It was incredible, honestly. It was really, really nice. To go somewhere like that and have the opportunity to even talk to people about things that normal people don't get access to is super special. And if it wasn't for me doing, you know, these basic YouTube videos where I'm stood with cows and sheds, I wouldn't be able to do things like this. So thank you for watching. I know Joe said it last night, but I reiterate what he said. Thank you for watching, because it means that we can go cool places. Just setting the crusher off. This is Big Rose, New Holland. It's nothing like ours. And you just kind of like, there it goes. This was called Cleeboy Farms, and they literally are raising these in front of me. Window is Angus cattle. An interesting thing I picked up was speaking to different people from different countries. The Americans, their Angus cattle are not as we would have them, fake Angus cattle. So these are an Aberdeen Angus onto a dairy cow to produce a calf, right? So then the calf's half Angus, half Holstein, for instance, or Frisian, and then they get put with a limmy bull or an Angus bull and make these, right? So they're kind of fake cross Anguses, even though on the passports it's Angus cross, so it's technically an Angus. That's how it works. And in America, there's none of this cross with suckler cows. It very much is the beef's the beef, the dairy's the dairy. Do you know what I mean? That was interesting. Also, the grading systems that they use. We use like the Europe graded system. They don't have any of that. And they also have things like prime steak and like a lesser quality steak, which was really interesting. And it was all things that just finding out about how people, well, about how we balance carcasses and send them to different places. So offal, livers, trotters, feet, pig's feet, tongues, all sorts of different things go to loads of different places. This is actually really difficult. Now, I knew about this anyway from previous conversations with a friend of ours, Jenny and Steve. They've got a butcher shop, and that was some conversations that we had. So I know Steve is really good at balancing a carcass. That's what he's good at. And he doesn't just end up with a load of mince, because that's what would happen, for instance, with a cow. Video, I found it really interesting, people's perceptions of what, how animals are kept. So, for instance, cows in a field doesn't necessarily happen ordinarily in other countries, and therefore natural cow behaviours, such as those cows being nosy and coming to a fence, aren't exhibited because they're kept in a different environment. So when people weren't used to this and they saw the cows hanging around the fence and being nosy because there was a crowd of people, they wondered how they'd been made to stand there. And it was like, the cows, they're really nosy, aren't they? Like, you know, you've seen me mess around and sing at cows and they all chase you and stuff. That's how it is with a cow when it's left to its own devices. I think in other countries they're not necessarily as free as ours, which is interesting to learn. Not necessarily a good thing, but it's interesting to learn. Into these things, it's important to have a really open mind and, you know, be willing to accept other people's systems aren't the same as ours. They're not necessarily bad, but they're just not the same as ours. On a gate, health and safety will be very cross. That's here. Out and about to be fed.
So here I'm just illustrating for you the difference in the animals from the top. There is a difference in the width, just the amount of muscle that's on the arses and the shoulders. The backs aren't too dissimilar, but obviously the Monties are a lot more pointy. Yeah,
so these
different.
Guys are a lot older. There's not a lot of difference in size at all. Don't get me wrong, there is a back in them, but it's not the same quality of beef. It's a different thickness of fat, a different thickness of muscle. But yeah, there's not a lot of difference in size, as you can see, especially those ones are actually bigger, and the age differences are, you know, they're poles apart. They're like 40 months old and these are 22. They take a lot faster to finish, and I don't know what price wise. I'll let you know what prices they make. This is Cameron, my brother.
Hello.
And this is Meg. They've come to experience some mushroom picking in this glorious weather.
It's a traditional British summer.
It's just lovely.
You can smell the water in the air.
You can taste water in there.
At least my hay fever's alright.
They're dressed for the occasion. Look at this.